definitely picked her. Just a, 20-second clip.
When are you having this people who've been...
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the guy's, I don't know whether he's actually physically been to Saturn, or it's like one of those remote viewing situations,
Yeah.
So he'll be on tomorrow, and of course they don't like to go on programs because people just make fun of them,
Sure.
But I look at it as a scientific guest, Why would you make fun of them?
Well, you wouldn't.
So I mean, it's just counterproductive.
But you don't know where this guy's been?
Well, he claims he's been to Saturn, and then he has all these drawings that he did of the people that live up there.
I know.
And then he has a lot of symbols he's drawn. It's, I guess, the way they communicate.
Is he coming to your radio station?
No, he's not. He'll be on the telephone.
Where is he?
He's,
Is he calling from Saturn?
No.
That would be my first question. Where are you calling from?
That would kind of add some credibility to the segment, you would think, wouldn't you?
He's calling from Saturn?
Well, no, but, I mean, if he could say he's calling from anywhere.
Yeah, he could.
Man, it's a great phone connection we got here.
Are you on a cell phone?
Wow.
How far is Saturn? How far away is Saturn, Charles?
Sneaker
It's a
phone?
long way, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Yeah, but you
mileage.
know all this stuff.
No, I don't.
No, nobody
Is
knows
it
that.
farther away than Mars?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Mars is one of the inner planets. Saturn's one of the
Mars
outer
is the closest one here.
What?
Mars is the closest.
Well, how would I know?
That everybody knows. It's
The
third
wind
grade
on
stuff.
on Saturn is about 1,100 miles an hour. I wonder
There you go.
how that guy deals with that.
What is?
What about Pluto?
The wind on Saturn is blows over 1,100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, because they got the rings. They got 5 rings. And supposedly, for each ring, that's how they come up with the velocity of the wind speed.
Is the moon further away? Further away. Stay with the moon.
What questions do you plan to ask the guy?
Well, I don't know yet. I mean, I'm going to work on it tonight, but I mean, it's kind of difficult. I mean, what would you ask the guy?
Well, in your case, you may ask him if they need anybody need some help with a morning radio show. You're available. Yes. I miss in the morning from Mars, from Saturn.
Well, I would ask him how he got there.
I'll ask him that.
Yeah. What happens if he says, I flew there?
Well, I mean, you're dealing with a nutcase,
Oh, no kidding?
Who's that? You were the guy from Saturn, exactly.
Well, how do you know he's nuts?
Well, maybe it's not, but I mean, and it's below, it's almost 300 degrees below zero, so, I mean, I wonder how, I don't think a down jacket you get at Walmart is going to do the job, Do you know what the #1 bull of all time is?
The what?
Well, being I was in the mood for watching an award show, and then I switched over and watched, they counted down the top 10 bulls of all time.
Bulls?
Yeah, bucking bulls.
Fucking bulls. This is not bodacious?
No, Bodacious was actually number 6 on the list.
Really?
He was just dangerous.
This is Floyd's barbershop.
Like a Letterman top 10.
Oh, who was it? Is it?
Dillinger.
Dillinger.
Yeah.
He went 3 years. He went had a 3-year stretch, but nobody wrote him.
Son of a gun.
But he got hurt, and so he's not any competing anymore.
He was a great bull, Andy. Yeah.
Do you want to know who number 2 was?
Yes.
Little Yellow Jacket, which is he's still active, by the way.
Isn't that who Joe Don Terry, whatever his name is, tried to ride? Or that other guy, Chris.
Chris Shivers.
Chris Shivers tried to ride him, right?
But he didn't do very well on him.
No.
Although he's ridden him before. He just couldn't ride him for the $1 million.
Oh, we're back on the air now.
Yeah. Keep going with this, Fred. And the
Do
guy
you want to know who's number 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, fine.
Red Wolf.
Keep going with this. The guy from Saturn looks saner by the second here. Fred.
Do you want to know who number 8 is?
Go ahead. Why not? Sure. Yeah.
Huh?
I guess.
Babyface.
I knew it.
Speaking of bulls and cows, by the way, on the Oscars last night, Oprah Winfrey and Queen Latifah
Oh, you're
were
right.
both there.
That's 2 black people. I forgot about them. That's true. You're
Just
right
for the
about that.
record.
Yes.
What song won?
Didn't the
The one from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox.
Into the Wild or whatever.
Into the West. Into the West.
Into the West, yeah.
Yes.
That's when I switched to something else when she started singing that song.
Oh, she's good.
I mean, wasn't that an awful song, or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
I am?
Yeah.
I mean, for the first 20 seconds, it went nowhere. Did it get better after that?
For the first 20 seconds, she for some reason, she was singing so low that you couldn't. But it's not. I mean, the song fits the flick. It you know.
Right. Yeah. Janet Jackson came out during that. It was great. Kenny Lennox flashed her.
Oh boy.
So,
Hello, Fred.
Hey, you know that that song you played by the Sir Douglas Quintet, that She's About a Mover?
yeah,
Is that the original record of that?
yes.
The morning guy keeps asking me here about getting him a copy of it. But if that's the original version that you're playing, he seemed to think it was another version of the song.
No, that's the original.
So I can tell him that, and he can just go up to Borders and buy it.
Well, I think they did it a number of times, and recorded it on a number of different occasions. But
The one that you play, was that the hit version?
yes,
Oh, I think he'd know that, wouldn't you?
well, I guess you would, yeah. But I mean, and those records those guys did lots of versions of them, you know. So, but that was the original.
Are you gonna ask Kerry if he's considered the governor of Arizona as a running mate?
Isn't she like a nut?
No, she's great. I mean, she really is. She is great.
29 more minutes, Fred. So.
Hey, you want to know who's number 5 on the list of
Yeah.
all
Sure.
time?
Yeah, why not?
Bucking
Yeah.
Bulls?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Panhandle Slim.
Huh.
How about that for a surprise? Did you ever think that
No.
Panhandle Slim would be number 5?
Not in the top 10 anyway.
No.
Shoot.
Well, we got to go, Fred.
Yeah.
Do you want to know who's number 9?
No,
No, you just keep talking, Fred. We'll be fine.
30 minutes after the hour.
Keep going. Who's number what?
Every time you smoke a cigarette, you're
Music. With being a country singer, it's what he should stick with. But he did that to the exclusion of developing, you know. He's still a big draw on the road and stuff.
Sure.
I don't know. You can't talk to him. You can't tell him anything. So,
Guess he felt it necessary to explore. Very bright man, and necessary to explore, to grow, to probe, to see where what he could do. Test himself.
but why ruin?
And ruin his singing career.
Yeah, why ruin that? So he was with was it Harrison? No, he was with whatever it was for years. Reprise.
Ah.
And he just screwed it up for some reason.
Guys with new
I
West.
record goofy songs and not paying attention to what's going on. In fact, I was talking to him. The last album he did for Reprise, the record company executives, the president of the record company said to his wife when he heard the album, he says, "Do you ever listen to country music radio?"
That ain't good.
No. Because he wasn't recording those dopey songs like Joe Nichols and those guys do, where they're singing to their answering machine or whatever the hell they're doing.
Oh, please.
So,
Enough of that.
you know, Brad Paisley, those kinds of just horrible records. Now, people, whoever, somebody's buying them, but it's nearly ruined country music, those records. They've nearly,
Well, it ain't country music.
no,
For one
it's not.
thing.
Anyway, it's 22 till the hour here on the Imus program. Tomorrow, there's no excuse staying up till 12:30 in the morning and then have to get back up at 4:30 because then you just
Well, just this one occasion.
watch the Academy Awards. But
Well, but for a specific reason. I mean, it was...
my wife, who does not have all that big an interest in it,
Yep.
but watches it anyway, and predicted every winner. Which I thought was extraordinary, didn't you? I mean, for somebody...
I think, as Pat O'Brien was pointing out, a lot of these things were almost foregone conclusions at this point. Except, you mean in some of the more minor awards she was predicting?
No, I guess just the major ones. Maybe it wasn't so great after all then.
No, I mean, Sean
anybody
Penn,
could have
Charlie
done it.
Theron, Renee Zellweger, kind of were givens. The Lord of the Rings, we knew he was going to clean up.
Yeah.
We knew Tubby was going to get Best Director. It was a lock for Best Picture.
I didn't know how Seabiscuit got so many nominations because it was just a terrible movie.
I know, you thought it was dreadful, but apparently you were sort of unique in that interpretation.
What's going on in the world? What's going on in Haiti? What's going on with Martha Stewart? What's going on with Michael Eisen? What's going on with Iraq? Where's Osama bin Laden? How many jobs have we lost this month, today?
I don't know.
Do you have any news at all?
Sure.
What's the market? Is the market opened?
Yeah, it's been open for 10 minutes.
Well, the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange is sponsored by the new cross pin from, although I don't see it on the log this morning. Apparently it's not. But the Dow Jones Industrials are up 32 points.
Yeah.
It's ordinarily sponsored by the new vice pin from Cross, but that's not the case this morning, so. Apparently, but unless somebody was remiss in logging it.
Could be. Don't know.
But what is going on?
Secretary of State Powell says the few hundred U.S. troops that will be deployed to Haiti will be part of a stability operation, not a combat operation.
Oh, sure. Here we
He
go.
said we did the wise and appropriate, that Aristide did the wise and appropriate thing by stepping down to prevent further bloodshed. And he has gone to the Central African Republic, which says now that Haiti's ex-president will be staying there for a few days. He may, in fact, go to South Africa, and they may accept him there. Iraqi politicians have bridged some differences over the role of Islam in a future government.
What is he considered? Is he a war criminal? Not a war criminal, but a criminal, a thug? Was he ripping off the country? Did he?
Yeah, I mean,
he was.
well, those are some of the allegations against him, man, that, that he was ruining the economy, that he was corrupt, that he ruled by political intimidation, and that sort of thing, and that the 2000 election that returned him to power was in its, was unacceptable.
Wasn't he kind of our guy? Didn't we stick him in there?
President Clinton got behind this creep. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
back in
Total mistake.
1994, the Clinton administration sent 23,000 troops to Haiti to restore Mr. Aristide to power and invested $2.3 billion in that effort.
Great. Excellent job.
So,
Money down a rat hole. Another rat hole.
basically,
What interest do we have in Haiti?
well, it's on our doorstep.
Keep them from coming here.
Yeah, hemispherically, and that is one big fear, is that there would be another huge flotilla
I
of
see.
rickety boats heading for, well, basically, Key West, Miami, and all up and down.
Don't we have an Air Force?
What's it for?
Come on. What do we spend all this money for? What to send stupid troops over?
President Versace's his place is empty there in South Beach. They go there.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, more U.S. Marines are expected to arrive in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince today to be part of a vanguard of peacekeepers, international peacekeepers, about a few hundred, maybe 200-300 U.S. troops, a couple of hundred French,
Sure.
and the UN Security Council has established that a multinational force will go in to reestablish order.
What a nightmare.
Well, it's certainly it has been a nightmare, but at least the leader of the rebels is saying that his forces will support this effort, cooperate, that the time for fighting is over, and they welcome United States Marines there to help restore stability.
Well,
Right. So they can bring it to a democracy.
I don't know.
Sid Rosenberg's in the studio and is going to bring us up to date completely in the world of sports as we're rolling up to the March Madness situation.
That's right.
Yeah. You know who the guy from Haiti reminds me of more than I think about it? Stuart Scott. You ever see Stuart Scott on ESPN? Wears the glasses, black guy, got the lazy eye. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Then it's
I
not
don't
gonna
watch
go anywhere.
ESPN that
Then
much.
it's not going to go anywhere. But you guys know what I'm talking about, Bernie and Lou. That's who it reminds me of.
Think I watch ESPN?
All right, maybe you don't then.
Begging you.
Fair enough. Yesterday, by the way, Pittsburgh lost to Syracuse. Pittsburgh had won 40 games in a row at home, my man. But the Orange Man get a 49-46 overtime victory. Big win for Syracuse. The Big East this year is going to be real tough, my man. About 6 teams probably will be in the NCAA tournament from the Big East alone. That was a big win. UConn struggled on Saturday, and they pulled it out. 75-74 win of their own
Against
on the road
Villanova.
at Villanova. Very, very good. And
Now, say that about St. John's. They pulled it out. There's a different meaning.
That's a dreadful program, Villanova, right?
no, Jay Wright is a terrific guy. Took over for Steve Lapis a couple of years ago, Jay. He was formerly the coach at Hofstra. He's got that thing going in the right direction. They had their problems last year, but they'll be all right.
All right.
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. You're right. You're all over that.
Okay, what else?
Also, by the way, big Monday tonight, Seton Hall and UConn, big games coming out of the Big East, and Texas will take on Oklahoma State. All four teams ranked, Texas, Oklahoma State, out of the Big 12. Also yesterday, Duke beat Florida State, and this weekend, both Stanford and St. Joe's remained unbeaten. Stanford blew out Oregon at home, and St. Joe's a very exciting one-point win at Rhode Island on Saturday afternoon. Needed a three-pointer late from Delonte West to pull that game out.
Yeah.
So they're still unbeaten, but I'm kind of with you on this one. Obviously, the Pac-10 and the A-10, not the toughest conferences in the country, so they still have work to do, despite the fact that they've been brilliant up to this point.
Yeah. Who won the golf thing, Tiger?
Tiger did win the golf thing, yes. You've been around for a long time. Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus? Who's a better golfer?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Let me ask you this then. Tiger right
Probably
now,
Tiger Woods.
already. He's 28 years old. Is he going to go and break all of Jack Nicklaus's records before it's said and done?
No, the competition is so much stiffer now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think it is. You know, you've got Ernie Els and you got Phil Mickelson and Vijay Singh and some real good golfers. Not to take away from what Nicklaus accomplished.
You have better golf clubs, steroids, working out.
Well, that's true, but everybody has that advantage.
I don't know. I shouldn't say. I have no idea who's a better golfer.
Well, you like Tiger, though. You actually watch golf when Tiger is
Yes,
on.
I do like him.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, I like Tiger Woods myself.
Sure.
Also, by the way, Kobe Bryant. That case resumes today in Colorado, where, by the way, Kobe had a big day yesterday in New Jersey. The Lakers beat the Nets. So Lawrence Frank was 13-0, and the Nets had won 14 straight games. And then guess what happened, man? The Western Conference.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they lose in Minnesota Wednesday night. Luckily, they've got another Eastern Conference team in Miami on Saturday. They win that one. Back to the West, take on the Lakers on Sunday, lose that game as well. So it looks like we're in store once again for another season where somebody from the Western Conference will win the NBA championship.
Yeah.
Gary Payton, by the way, upset. Doesn't like the playing time in Los Angeles right now. Says he's not getting the ball enough.
Oh.
What does he think when he goes to L.A. and Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant are there already and they bring in Karl Malone? What did Gary Payton think?
I don't know.
Yeah, well.
How about the
Someone
Knicks?
should have asked him.
The Knicks losing 6 in a row.
Knicks have fallen on some hard times.
How come you don't bring that up?
Well, that was coming up next.
That's a lie.
I thought Isaiah Thomas was a genius.
He is a genius. You have to understand. Let me say this.
Stephon Marbury was a savior.
Yeah.
He's made one bad trade, it looks like. That has really hurt this basketball team.
What?
Trading away Keith Van Horn has killed the Knicks so far.
Right.
How's he a genius then?
Well, listen, even geniuses make mistakes every once in a while.
But what has he done that would even demonstrate that we could entertain the thought of characterizing him as a genius?
Well, he's revitalized the Garden. There's energy again at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks are in the 6th spot. They were out of the playoff race when he first took over.
Sure.
Marbury is still one of the best players in basketball. He's still here.
Isaiah Thomas should be selling pretzels at Madison Square Garden.
Nor is Rasheed Wallace. Why didn't they get Rasheed?
Well, you know why, man? The problem with Rasheed was it was going to be difficult to get Rasheed because you'd have to trade for him. Once Portland traded him to Atlanta, the Knicks would have to trade for him. Atlanta didn't want to take on any more money, so Atlanta shipped him to Detroit for practically nothing. But don't be surprised if the Knicks revisit the Rasheed Wallace situation at the end of this season.
How's, not Darryl Strawberry, what's his name, the guy who choked the guy?
Latrell Sprewell?
Yeah, how's he doing?
Playing great. Minnesota's one of the best teams in basketball.
Oh.
You know, they lost yesterday to Philadelphia. They had a bad ball game, but him and Kevin Garnett and those guys are playing great.
When does baseball start?
Soon. Exhibition games start this week. In fact, the Yankees will play the Red Sox this week in an exhibition game. And before you know it, we're a month away from opening day. And the Yankees and Red Sox will have 2 series, both home and away, in the first 3 weeks of the season. So we get this thing going early for the Yankees and the Red Sox, which, of course, is going to be the big thing in baseball
Where
this
is
year.
the first series?
For the Yankees?
Yeah.
Yankees will be in Japan.
No, where do they initially play the Red Sox?
The first series, I believe, I'm not sure now,
Yeah,
man.
just- you don't know.
I believe it's Yankee Stadium.
It's one of 2 places.
I'll call Francesa right now.
We'll talk to him.
There's a
Get the doctor on the
50-50
phone.
shot of it.
I guarantee you
You are a loser.
Francesa would know.
Well, let me ask you this. If it is Yankee Stadium, will you just give me my props? Will you give me my
No.
No.
Because you guessed. You had a 50% chance of being right.
Are you telling me that Mike Francesa has never guessed in his career on this
No.
station?
I would say he would know this.
Well, he's a Yankee fan. He
Here's
probably
Mike
would.
Luby. Where's the first series, Luby?
Fenway Park, April 16th, 17th, 18th. They're playing that Monday morning game, also the day of the Boston
A
Marathon.
real reporter, right?
Oh, wait a second.
Now
That
we
wasn't
have a
close?
real.
Then they come to Yankee Stadium the next weekend.
Thank you.
Well, you're close.
Exactly what I said. I said they play home and away.
300 miles off.
Mike, was I close?
You were so close. You were so close, and you just hit the tape. You know, the judges looked at it and they said, No, it was Boston and not New York.
Here's Francesca. Good morning, Mike.
What's going on?
Trying to figure out where that first Boston Yankee series is.
April 16th at Fenway Park.
We made the mistake of asking Sid.
Well, does Sid know they actually play each other this year?
I came here looking for something I couldn't find anywhere. Hey, I'm not trying to be nobody. I just want a chance to be myself. I've spent 1,000 miles of coming. Yes, I've worn blisters on my heels, trying to find me something better here on the streets of Bakersfield. Imus in the morning.
All right, let me tell you about Norfolk Bank. In just 5 years, over 50,000.
This morning, accidents at Brush Hollow Road and South Oyster Bay Road causing the backup. In Bergen County, New Jersey, heavy on westbound Route 4 is an accident just past Hackensack Avenue. Hudson River crossing slow, inbound Holland Tunnel, 20-minute delays. I'm in the morning forecast, partly cloudy today, high in the mid-50s. I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
My name is John Nesbitt. 2 months after my son Christian was born, I was diagnosed with cancer. My dream of teaching him to play baseball was fading fast. I was 38 years old. I never see him grow up. I never teach him how to play baseball. I was done. Today, I have my dream back, thanks to a pharmaceutical company named Novartis. Novartis developed the medicine that drove my cancer into remission in just 56 days. I feel great. I've got energy, and I've got a 4-year-old boy who's loving life as much as I do.
Novartis is proud to be the innovative force that's bringing new hope and optimism to millions of patients and their families. No one can promise what the future holds for cancer patients. But today, John Nesbitt is winning the fight against his particular form of cancer and realizing his dreams.
I honestly do believe I'm coaching a future major leaguer.
Novartis. Think what's possible.
Monster Job Posting 56843-A. Wanted. House sitter for oceanfront Hawaii estate. Obnoxiously wealthy pineapple tycoon seeks house sitter to tend Hawaiian vacation home for 1 week. Must have basic hot tub experience. Knowledge of sandcastles and wind chimes a plus. Other tasks include feeding pet toucan, peeling mangoes, and restringing collection of classic ukuleles. Otherwise free to make use of numerous big screen TVs, fully stocked fridge, various tropical fruits, and sugar cereals. Position salaried at $5,000 for the week, plus airfare for 2. Log on to Monster.com today, where you can enter the ultimate job sweepstakes and win the job of your dreams. Monster. Today's the day. Void where prohibited. No purchase necessary. Promotion ends March 15, 2004. Go to Monster.com for details.
Hey, Ned. Hey, Ted. Ned, was that a monkey that just went by? Yes, it was, Ted. I guess the lock on the zoo gate broke again. Yes, it did, Ted. It's too bad.
Thank you for your challenging interview that you just had with Mr. Hines Carey. You know, I thought it was a slick move when you were talking to Mr. Matthews prior, giving up the questions for Mr. Carey to hear before you actually had the interview.
I would remind you, Lou.
Yes.
I'm supporting Senator Carey.
I understand that.
I'm not going to ask him anything that's going to get him in trouble.
Now, is that the real Imus, or is that just the on-air Imus?
I'll have to go. Here's Sid with sports. Good morning, Sid.
Morning, I-Man. It is out now.
I could use some more coffee in here, by the way. You want more, Charles?
No, thank you.
Please.
That works out well, because I have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, you disgraceful pig. Go ahead, Sid.
All the assumption, all the conjecture, put it to rest, I-Man.
To blow my nose.
Because now Balco has come out, Greg Anderson, the Barry Bonds trainer, and he is naming names. And as of today, Barry Bonds, Jason Giambi of the Yankees, Gary Sheffield of the Yankees,
Right.
Marvin Bernard and Benito Santiago, formerly of the Giants,
Others.
and Bill Romanowski, and
And others.
have been implicated now in receiving steroids from Balco. So.
But haven't they denied taking steroids
Yes,
in the past?
yes, they still are denying it, in fact, and
What did they say in response to this latest charge?
don't want to talk about it. I actually have a cut here from Jason Giambi. I
I
just got it.
remember seeing a special on Romanowski on some news program in which he well, she showed the interviewer the almost 100 vitamins he takes every day.
Yeah.
He claims.
Yeah, he takes quite a number of vitamins.
The full regimen of stuff he takes, but apparently he was taking other stuff as well.
He's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, he's
Something have to take his liver out.
Wait a minute. He's a horrid human being. Well, let's hear the cut, Sid.
Yeah, I was looking for the cut just now, it's supposed to be in Daily Sports. I don't see it now, so I'll have to get it for you for the next,
More evidence of your outstanding preparation for your sportscast.
Hold on a second. I think I have it here.
Okay.
Just don't go. No, that's not.
have it, Sid.
That's not going to do it. That's 4.5 minutes. So, yeah. Well, it'll be here any second. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay,
I think
what
the bigger issue right now is we talked about it earlier. Is I don't really get the whole uproar. I don't see what the big deal is.
That's no surprise.
I just don't see it. And this whole thing about I'm about to have a kid in a month right now.
Yeah.
Everything in the world that goes wrong.
Danielle is going to have the child.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's a good point. Everything that goes wrong in the world now, I have to worry about because I have a child.
Yes.
So even though baseball players have been doing roids and all that stuff for a long time,
Sure.
now all of a sudden it becomes unacceptable, and I have a child, so I have to totally change my view on these things. I don't get it. If you're a baseball fan, show up, watch the game, and shut up. Who put you on this? Who made you the moral? Who made you the moral police of what's going on?
Charles, can't you help here?
There is nothing I can do. We have tried earlier today to make him see the error of his thinking, but he can't do it.
I don't see it.
He just doesn't get it.
Your ignorance it is stunning.
What is? What is
well,
it?
because
Is it 6 seconds, Sid? That's the cut?
Yeah.
Because I have it.
Because we want to believe in the purity of not only the sport but of the participants.
We do. I understand that, but we're not naive enough.
It's not acceptable for me to think that one person hit, like Roger Maris hit a bunch of home runs, not taking any drugs, and some other thug comes along. I'm not suggesting that Mr. Maris was a thug, but some thug comes along, like that phony Mark McGuire,
right,
or that other nitwit from San Francisco,
Bonds,
and breaks his home run record, along with a phony little weasel from Chicago,
Sammy Sosa,
and they did it.
Not on their own.
Not on their own. By taking. It's clear that they both were taking something because, I go to the gym all the time, and I don't take steroids, and everybody at the gym where I go, they all have arms that are this. I see guys over there doing bench flies with 100-pound dumbbells.
That's correct.
Well, you don't do that. Nobody can do that unless you've taken something.
I wholeheartedly agree. But all I'm saying is I'm going to see a good look, baseball was dying a couple of years ago. If it wasn't for McGuire and Sosa in that magical summer a couple of years ago, nobody would care about baseball.
First of all, it's illegal and it's cheating. If you have these guys doing it at the top, you'll have every high school and grade school kid doing it.
They're doing
taking
it
10 years off their lives, and they'll never get into the big leagues. They'll just ruin their health for nothing because of these morons.
Hey,
it's a hideous, horrible example because if it were only confined to these group of people who wanted to break these records, and that sort of cheating you could condone. But Bernard's point is even a larger issue, and that is the example it sets for the tens of thousands of kids who are also going to take the same products and not wind up in the big leagues, not set any home run records, simply ruin their lives.
And that pimp-walking Barry Bonds stole the title from Babe Ruth illegally.
And perhaps other people as well, because these people who get involved in these roid rages wind up smacking other people around, and who knows what they're capable of doing. So, no, you're so
your
wrong. Your position is so preposterously repugnant that it's repulsive. And you're repulsive, and it's not.
And
by
just
the way,
to simply say that's the way it is.
It's the way it is. It's been that way for a long time. It's been that way for a long time.
Well, then that's like condoning murder, because...
No. Don't get nuts. Taking steroids
but you're the guy who jumps off the bridge because somebody else jumped off the bridge.
Yeah,
it's been happening forever.
You're abysmally stupid. Shockingly so.
And we're going to force you to give up your daughter when she's born.
No. Because here's the difference. My daughter, who's going to be so beautiful, by the way.
She's going to end up like the Kobe accused.
No, she's not.
She's going to be taking two things in different orifices at the same time. And,
Here's the difference.
We need to go there.
She won't, because I will explain to her early on what's right and what's wrong.
You don't have any credibility about what's right or what's wrong.
Of course
You're selective in what you...
Believe me.
No, you're selective in... Well, who's going to tell you? We've tried to tell you, and we can never get any impact here.
No, being selective is walking around with, like Michael Jackson, with a halter over your face.
Horrible, repulsive pig.
What are you talking about?
Youth Family Services is going to be at your door just getting that kid so fast.
All I'm saying is this,
if you're glom onto that kid in a heartbeat.
If you're so outraged and you're so upset about it, give back your Boston Red Sox jacket. jacket, give up your allegiance to the St. Louis Cardinals. Stop. What you're doing. You're
talking about. Why can't we expect them to comport themselves in a civilized, ethical, moral manner?
You could expect whatever you want. But
I don't need you to tell me what I'm entitled to expect.
No, because you're being...
I'm asking the question. Why don't you answer?
Because you're being idealistic.
You're being weasel.
You're being idealistic and you're being naive.
Something's wrong with idealism?
Yes, because that's not the way it is in real life.
You know what it goes back to?
What's that?
You stole the shirts of a dead person.
I didn't steal them. They were dropped off at my house.
Whatever. You didn't give them back.
I woke up this morning, my jacuzzi wouldn't work. And the butler quit on me, man. Can you believe it? Jerk. Must have been my artistic temper when he couldn't take. How come nobody wants to give me a break? I got the blues right there. Mean and low. I'm as low as the heels of my alligator shoes. You should know how it feels to have these millionaire blues. Millionaire blues.
Imus in the morning.
Hi, this is DirecTV customer.
7 minutes till the hour here in the Imus in the morning program. Charles and I were talking about the various people who actually hate John Kerry, these Vietnam veterans groups, and boy, I know some people. Like a guy who works with Deidre, Jack Ratone, is a former homicide detective for the New York City Police Department. Man, I mean, you can just get him so jacked up just by mentioning Kerry's name, he just gets crazy.
There's some
people really don't.
Real enmity out there against the senator.
Jack is armed, too, so you don't want to get Jack too upset.
Oh, no. That's not a good idea.
No. So.
Might even be good to agree with Jack now and again.
Jack's a crazy person, so that's another thing, by the way. So Deidre just purposely
sticks him?
Yeah. He's just easy. He's very easy to get, you know. He didn't pay attention to me, but... Anyway.
Watch the weasel squirm. Poke the weasel in the cage deal.
Yeah.
That's not good. Well.
But,
well,
I don't know.
All you can say is 9 out of 10. Senator Kerry racking them up. Bring it on.
I remember I said that Bill Clinton, I didn't see any possible way he could beat George Bush 41.
Yeah?
No way.
Well, what happened?
Remember that?
Well, what happened?
Right up until the election.
Yep.
But it's not, he's not a Massachusetts liberal, Bill Clinton. So, and he really had a facility for...
Oh, he had a gift. My goodness.
So, but I could be dead wrong. I mean, I like Senator Kerry, but... See, I think a lot of people are like me. I'm going to be serious for a second. I know a lot of people really hate George Bush, but I don't. And he obviously got handed the presidency in that bogus deal, but I was clear, but...
he won fair and square. By the rules.
Yeah.
Representative democracy, electoral votes.
Sure. Oh, whatever. But anyway, I just don't think it's going to be enough to run around and claim that you just want to get him out of office. I think because you're mad.
No, you'll go and say you want to raise taxes, appoint liberal judges, stuff like that. That'll really attract votes.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen for you.
Are you losing your hair? Is that... Vet and marketing, they're gone from the Rangers. Ted Nolan, also to be interviewed tonight after the Knicks and the Sixers, and you'll hear everything right here on your fan. New York.
Sports Radio. The Fan. WFAN.
This ski report is brought to you by Ski Wyndham. Hi, Teddy Davis for Ice now with 2 and... Josh, bro.
To make their lips big, which set my program back rather. The only person that's ever found that funny is Imus, so he keeps leading me with that. You know, I just got back, Don, from Vietnam, which, when you talk about culture wars, here it's ridiculous. I mean, I was visiting my sister, who's the head of the American Red Cross there. And this is such an amazing country where the little kids all line up and they say, hello, hello. And the word for rice in Vietnamese is come. Mm-hmm.
And here's 80 million people. No Jews, no Christians, no Muslims, no Starbucks, no McDonald's, no Burger King. I mean, what a paradise. I mean, the place is absolutely great.
All right, hang on a second. Let me talk to Ann Thompson, who's an NBC reporter who graduated from from some high school in Brussels, didn't you?
I did. I graduated from the International School of Brussels.
Well, what were you doing? Were your parents himself as an expert on everything? You get the feeling he thinks he could win a matchup with the Pope over who is a better theologian. As he recently discussed the Passion of the Christ, Francesa never said, "Dog, this is my opinion, but I'm no expert." If it doesn't involve a blue line, well, this guy's a moron. This is Marchand.
This is total. Did an editor even look at that?
God Almighty! This is the worst piece of.
Whoa!
Well, this guy is a mental patient.
You cannot stop reading before the last paragraph.
Yeah, well, I refuse.
Oh, come on!
Stupid.
It's a newspaper, man. Oh my God.
Oh my God! That is just embarrassing.
You left out the best part. I won the competition.
With this mental patient?
Whatever it is, it is.
Oh my God!
I won.
You can't be stupider than this guy is.
Well, he's not stupid.
And then Sid.
Oh my God!
And then so Sid goes.
Oh my God!
You know what?
Oh Jesus!
I'm in a bad enough
that is troubling.
I'm in a bad enough mood as it is today.
What are you in a bad mood?
Now you don't even give me credit here when I beat Francesa finally.
Beat Francesa at what?
The last paragraph which you left out.
Yeah.
No coincidence, by the way.
This moron
said that Francesa's way out of touch because he thinks he knows everything, and me, I good-naturedly admit I know nothing.
People don't get it with Francesa.
He's very intelligent, worldly. He presents an aura of confidence.
I know that.
And half of the time, Francesa's jerking people.
I know that. Believe me, I love Mike. I love Mike. I'm not saying that. But I just had some bad news. I found out some bad news.
Well, here's some more bad news. Live from Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, it's really bad.
Sponsored by the Tri-State Jeep dealer is my brother Fred Imus. Good morning, Fred.
Uh-huh. He's on line 6, Lou.
Freddie.
Okay. Good morning, Fred.
Hang on.
Hold it.
What would Fred be?
Line 6 is
Fred?
Yes?
Okay.
Good morning, Fred.
Hey, what's happening with the I-Man? I've said that 3 times now.
Well, we couldn't get you punched up here.
Hey, what's happening with the I-Man?
Well, now, what are you in a bad mood about?
I got Fred, distressing news, and Freddie will be upset about this as well. You may remember a couple of weeks ago on the program, I was excited about the potential nomination of my tremendous Crystal Ball television show on CSTV.
Right.
Well, they announced the nominees last night.
Oh, they did. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Hey, man, congratulations. You know that I felt all along you deserved that award, and I want to be the first to congratulate you.
Yeah, but see that's part of the problem now.
What is the problem?
You don't have a place on your mantle to set it. Well, just move some stuff and put that award right up there where you can see it all the time.
There you go.
Yeah. No, you see, the problem is unfortunately,
what?
The show was not nominated for an Emmy.
You're weighing in on all of this stuff now. Is Mike Francesa? Good morning, Mike.
Well, I wanted to humbly congratulate Sid on that.
Take it easy, Sid. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Sid. You can laugh later.
Oh, my God.
Holy cow.
You are really unbelievable.
Why?
I mean, you could you laugh any more at Francesa?
Wait a second. Why? Come on. That was a good line.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
God, take a
Let him
Valium.
talk. Let him
credit.
Hey, Fred.
Yes.
Did you have that guy on from?
Riley Martin? Yes, we had him on.
Who had been to? Where had he been?
He'd been abducted when he was 7 years old.
Right.
And then about every 11 years, they come back and get him again, and he rides around in a spacecraft and up him off.
He does what now?
Well, they come. He gets abducted about.
He shot at the buzzer?
Correct. Matt Lodich buried the 3. They were fumbling for the ball. Time was running down. Somehow or another, he picked up the basketball, threw up what looked like a total prad, no chance of going in, and it hit the bottom of the net. That's why, be careful when we talk about Stanford being undefeated and playing a lousy schedule. They've won a couple of times this year like that.
You be careful.
There may be some force outside of just basketball that's lifting Stanford. You start winning games like that. I don't want to use divine intervention. That's a little crazy, but...
But a visitor from Saturn, maybe.
See what I'm saying?
No. I guess I do. I don't know.
No.
That's stupid.
That is stupid? Can I come over and watch The Sopranos with you on Sunday night? I want to come over to your house and watch the show with you.
What?
I want to come over your house on Sunday night and watch The Sopranos with you.
Cricket.
God.
Here, Lord. Your wife about to pop my kid out there?
She can wait. You'll go to the hospital.
Did you mention this? Speaking of hospital, about Attorney General?
Oh, Attorney General John Ashcroft has been hospitalized with a severe case of gallstone pancreatitis.
Look at this. It's not even out of his mouth. It's laughing his head off.
Well, why is that amusing?
He is under close observation at George Washington University Hospital.
It is potentially a life-threatening pancreatic problem. What is the source of the amusement?
That's Chuck's friend.
Oh, sorry.
Charles went to high school with this guy.
Yeah, you want some water, Sid?
Good night.
He's a good man. Showed a lot of grace after he stepped out of the race. Let that old bag Carnahan in.
That's true.
Didn't challenge him when he could have.
Yeah.
These names mean nothing to me, by the way.
Of course not.
Carnahan, I don't know what that is.
Well, if it's not some crack-smoking, wife-beating athlete.
He's the coach of the Oakland Raiders. Now he's at Nebraska. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the same person.
No, so
That's it.
You're on it as usual.
I'm all over this.
On top of it.
Yeah.
Really?
Sydney.
Strikes on
That's why
a tiger.
Frances is more out of touch than you, because you're a moron.
You really are.
Hey, how about Mike, though? Is he a stand-up guy? Is he a stand-up guy? And all kidding aside, calls in, congratulated me, sincere as can be.
Well, I don't quite understand what happened. The nominations came out, and your show was not nominated?
Well, yeah. Well, that's a different story. That's not the French. Yes. That's...
Anything to get the conversation back around to Sid.
No, but
unbelievable.
He's a stand-up guy because he congratulated him, too.
Didn't you tell us? I thought you were nominated.
No. So did I. But obviously, you and I were both duped. So don't feel bad, because I was in the same class as you. I was under the impression that the show had already been nominated and was, in
What
fact,
gave you that impression,
Yeah,
Pepper?
I don't know.
How did you get that?
Somebody told me that.
Who?
Somebody from CSTV, actually. Yeah. And I didn't check into it, and I figured the show was really, really good. Good chance that it is nominated, and I actually thought I was going to win. But as it turns out, I wasn't even nominated, no.
Frances is back on the phone. What happened, Mike?
No, Paul, I just wanted to tell Sid that one thing was last month in the same spot I lost to Dolph Kramer.
Frances is talking about this.
That's it?
Well, I guess we got to explain what he's talking about, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the article in today's New York Post. Go out and pick it up, page 66.
It's moronic, by the way.
Andrew Marchand pitted me against Mike Francesa.
You know, you have to wonder, how does a guy like Andrew Marchand even get a job?
Ah, he's very creative. Think about what he did today. He took the old...
He's an idiot.
He took the old all-star, the budding legend.
Write. He writes like a mental patient. It's juvenile.
What are you talking about? Ah, I
it's beyond moronic. It's infantile.
Well, I disagree.
Well,
it's a great matchup. The budding legend.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, this is the oncoming star.
Oh, wow. Emmy nominated.
Imus in the morning.
Your mental do not call list.
Slows again, southbound into Roosevelt Avenue. There's an accident being cleared at that spot. Eastbound Cross Bronx Expressway, heavy traffic from the George Washington Bridge on into the Major Deegan with roving pothole repair. In New Jersey, northbound 1 and 9 at Newark Airport, an accident is blocking the left lane in the express lanes. Northbound Garden State Parkway, too, a crash at exit 168 in Hillsdale. It's on the exit ramp. Still slow on the westbound expressway from Old Nichols Road to Route 111 and stop and go Sag to Coast to Bagatelle Road. The Imus in the morning forecast, some showers this morning, high in the low 50s, 46 degrees in Central Park. And I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
This ski report is brought to you by Ski Wyndham. Hi, Teddy Davis for Steel Country, brought to you by Hall until 6:30.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Saturday morning in New York. Good to have you aboard. Christopher Russo's along the way. At 718-937-6666. Two-way sports talk. Telephone number to talk to you about the world of sports. Jerry Recco, of course, is here. Our good buddies are Sal Licata. We have Matt Deutsch and a new part of the WFAN family. And Mike, I can't pronounce your last name. I'm not going to try. Demergis, who is going to do a good job for us on these Saturdays in the future. We have a good program lined up for you today, too, as we head to March and talk about...
thought I would have been able to figure out, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't able to.
Sure. Surprised.
I mean, I'm not here selling the iTunes music store, but
that is amazing, isn't it?
I mean, I just went to it. I have an account with them, you know, 'cause I bought about 150 songs from them. I went to them, popped it up,
look at
clicked
that.
on it, downloaded it in about 8 seconds, burned it, and here I am.
Pretty good.
On your radio.
Pretty good.
On your Heartbreak radio station.
There you go.
Heaven only knows. Every night it's the same. I feel your heart turn cold as rain.
Oh, man. That
You
is
know,
not
you'll
good.
be gone again. I hear the front door close.
I hate that.
You say you got to go downtown. I guess there's something else, someone else you found.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you still coming around? Heaven only knows. Heaven only knows just why loving you made me cry. Now, we could read the whole thing, of course, and just get you to drive your car off the road.
Yeah.
They play a goober song on the Sopranos, and the Iron Man gets an erection over it.
Well, no, that wasn't why. It was, I like the record, you nitwit.
Come on. Got a couple of twangs and a couple of, heartbreaks. And that man's doing backflips.
You really are a horrid human being.
Yeah, Bernard. Hard.
All right?
It's just shocking.
It's just appalling.
You have no, I don't know. I don't know what your problem is. It's just...
No, I have plenty of whatever you think I don't have. It's just...
You just don't have it. No, you don't have it. It's gone. Does he, Charles?
Heaven only knows, man.
You just don't know.
Can't even tell you because you don't have it.
A little opening tune.
You don't know about
Gotta chill.
About the B-Man. What happened?
Troubling.
What happened?
What happened?
To the B-Man.
Yep. Standing around breaking down, wondering what happened. Here's Chuck with the news.
Big day for democracy in Iraq.
Oh, shut up.
Yay! The country's U.S.-appointed governing council has signed an interim constitution, paving the way for a structured government where the people have input.
Sure.
The landmark ceremony took place in Baghdad. Signing had been delayed twice last week. Speaking in London, British Foreign Secretary Jack Straw welcomed the event.
This agreement is the clearest demonstration to date of the strong desire in Iraq to build a free, stable, and democratic...
What happened to the British Foreign Secretary Jack Straw?
I just...
God, who cares?
Who cares?
No mas.
Hey,
enough.
Shut up.
Just shut up. Shut up.
I say the democracy.
No, just go get your teeth fixed.
Get us out of there.
No.
Ted Kennedy says the threat of Iraq to the American people was distorted and misrepresented by the Bush administration, period. Speaking on CNN's late edition, Senator Kennedy said the intelligence on Iraq was not at fault alone.
Whatever the mistakes were in terms of the intelligence agency, it's this administration and this president that has the responsibility for bringing us to a war and distorting and misrepresenting and manipulating intelligence. That's what we know today.
I'm going to lay off those Bloody Marys before you go on.
Manipulating.
Unless he's, I'm going to hang out with, unless he spent the weekend sailing with Brokaw.
Well, what can I tell you? Former presidential candidate and retired General Wesley Clark says U.S. troops are going to be in Iraq for a long, long time.
I think our Army's planning to be there with 100,000 troops or more for the next 3 or 4 years. And if you look at the strain that's on our Army, and if you look at all of the other measures that are required to make this a success, this is still very much an outcome in doubt.
It's a loop.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, the message, yeah.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. 100,000 troops.
What? Not what Lou was looking for.
Well, first of all, Lou.
Is he nuts?
No. But first of all, what you don't understand is somebody has got to be there when this, they're still looking for these weapons, you know.
Yeah, we're trying to build a nation into a democracy, and a region for that matter.
100,000 troops.
And now, in case that they find that Al-Qaeda connection, well, then now there is an Al-Qaeda connection, so.
Hey, they saved Cleveland from going up in a mushroom cloud. You kidding me?
What a complete mess.
They were on the verge of attacking us, those Iraqi terrorists.
No.
3 years?
To 4.
That's being conservative.
3 to 4.
The day we leave, the place turns into another Iran.
Yeah.
Great job. Hey, Mike, let's face it, Mike. That's a bad job, Mike.
They're giving us the finger as we're leaving, by the way.
Well, hey, you know I'd said it before. This administration's killing us. Get out. Get them all out.
13 after the hour.
Gotta back the truck up, dog.
Dog, I knew about the WMDs, dog.
Couldn't say anything.
Dog, just couldn't say it. Cheney and I have been talking. I knew it would be 3 years, possibly 12.
Those two dopes are in Florida, by the way, are they?
Are they there yet?
Mike and Chris?
It's very possible.
Who won the spring training game between the Red Sox and Yankees yesterday?
Yankees.
The Yankees.
It's the last one they'll win.
You're the real deal, dog. This
dope.
A-Rod.
What else going on?
Well, maybe this is better. A high-ranking Afghan official is expressing confidence that his country will indeed meet its goal of holding a presidential election this June or July. Afghanistan's finance minister says the process of voter registration is being accelerated. Both men and women are registering in large numbers. And he also contends that recent violence will not derail the Afghanistan election process.
No, of course not.
All right?
No, we only have 10,000 troops there, and that's where Osama bin Laden was. 10,000 as opposed to 150,000.
Yeah, well,
that'll all work out.
Of course.
Just relax.
6 people are reported dead following more violence in Haiti.
Why is that funny?
It's not funny. Why is Louis laughing?
It is funny.
Gunfire.
I don't know.
Gunfire erupted in Port-au-Prince during a celebration to mark the removal of Jean-Bertrand Aristide.
That's great. There you go. That's good. Let's put 100,000 down there.
Oh, God.
Like they won the World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
They're holding the Stanley Cup up.
Set a hut on fire and 6 people die.
That's right. And President Bush figures to come away with a Texas-sized haul, if you will, of campaign cash today.
This is obscene.
Has fundraisers in Dallas and Houston, aiming to add to a war chest already with better than $100 million inside. By most accounts, he has a 10-to-1 advantage over John Kerry.
And still is tied in the polls.
During this,
of course, he hasn't run him yet, but
during this pre-convention phase of the campaign.
Yeah. But it's irrelevant what any of us think about whether the campaign ads should include footage of what happened at the World Trade Center. I happen to agree with Charles Krauthammer in Time Magazine that, in fact, that it should. I mean, it's part of what happened, and you know, it was an act of war, and all presidents have done it. Roosevelt did it. I mean, all have. So the problem is, even whether it's being politicized by some of the people who are protesting it or not, the last thing you want are people who lost loved ones going on television complaining about an ad you're running. I mean, again, whether they have an agenda or not, just to have to defend it. I mean, I think they're probably doing the right thing by running it. Because when I read about it, I thought, well, man, they probably shouldn't be doing that. But then I saw it, and it's come out a completely different feeling about it. And remember, my guy is Senator Kerry, who, by the way, is not going to be elected president here or anywhere. He might want to think about getting into an Afghan thing.
Or Haiti.
He's got a wife already dressed for it, so.
Most important, we have a positive vision for the years ahead. A positive vision for winning the war against terror and extending peace and freedom throughout the world. A positive vision for creating jobs and promoting opportunity and compassion here at home.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the Pilate washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. Imus in the morning.
What could possibly send Spencer, the best private eye in...
The accident has been cleared just outside the tube. Eastbound Belt Parkway, a stall is being cleared past Flatbush Avenue. Looking at Staten Island, the eastbound Staten Island Expressway packed from the Goethals Bridge all the way to the Verrazano Bridge. Northbound Bronx River Parkway, there's a stall blocking the right lane after the Cross Bronx Expressway. And southbound I-287 finally got that accident out of the way at exit 30A, that's Maple Avenue. Imus in the morning forecast, a mix of snow and rain today. 34 degrees in Central Park, and I'm Tracy Burgess with the Toyota Fan Highway Patrol.
23 after the hour here on the Imus Morning Program on the radio all over the country and on MSNBC. Kara's going to get married, and she's leaving, unfortunately. And she's going to do some other stuff, too. You know, go to school and some stuff, so... You know, and I knew she was eventually going to do it, and what do? You just nothing. You just
got to say okay.
You got to say okay. Yeah. Anyway, so Julie's going to get her job, and because Julie's she comes highly recommended by everybody at the radio station.
You bet.
And well, plus I like her. I mean, she seems very nice. And smart, so she's going to get the job.
She's cute.
And right now, she's a production assistant, making no money. So she's going to probably, it's certainly about 2.5 times her salary to start with. So her job is open. It's a great opportunity for anybody who's interested in a career in television and radio production. I mean, the people who have worked in that job have gone on to Access Hollywood, one of them works for Peter Jennings, Joseph Abboud. I mean, they're just so it's a great opportunity to. Anyway, so we're looking for somebody, and you have to have strong administrative skills. Excellent. You have to be on time. You cannot be late. Well, you can be late once, and then the next time you're fired. It's a competitive salary. It's not a big deal, but excellent benefits and all that for the position. You actually work for WFAN, which is a part of Viacom, is an equal opportunity employer. It's a terrific company. And the deadline for applications is March 19th when I go to the ranch. So, and you have to figure out how to get in touch with us. So
I got the perfect person for the job. Perfect person for this job. He's on the phone now. What do you think?
Fred?
I've never been late. Any radio station I ever worked at, I've never been late.
Great. I love it.
That's just not a great idea.
No?
So I got one up already, don't I?
No.
Well, that's a major qualification.
Right. Well, nobody has no administrative skills. He has nothing.
I'm administrative. Define administrative skills?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. That's just
question answered.
We have a hygiene standard also.
By the way, yeah.
Page 2.
Little funky white trash.
Having him in the control room, that would be great, Sid, yeah.
Fred's appearance sponsored by Fred's appearance sponsored by a tri-state Jeep dealer.
Well, when do I start? Hey, how much vacation do you get on that job? And how many sick days do you have?
How many breaks do I get?
Yeah.
You get a break every couple hours, like a 20-minute break?
Yeah. Like hours right now while you're on.
How many days a week do you work at your radio station?
5.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It seems to be going all right.
He'll be in a different...
Well, it's gone from a week or so ago. It was going great.
Yep.
And now it's just going all right.
Yeah, he's gone. It's over.
Some hesitancy there also in that reply, I noted.
No, actually it is going fine.
But you don't know.
It's not going great, though, right?
Yeah.
What happened to great?
Great kind of went out the window.
Uh-oh.
Well, what happened to great?
Oh, nothing happened to great. I'm just kidding you. No, it is going great. Just going wonderful.
How do you know this, by the way? This is your assessment or somebody else made this assessment?
Well, no, I mean, the general manager's happy, so, I mean, that's the one guy you got to please.
I thought it was a girl.
No, the woman, she's the one that owns the station. She doesn't live it. She lives back east somewhere.
Chicago.
Chicago, Fred.
Hey,
even we know that.
China.
Is Kara's husband going to live in California?
What?
Because a marriage works better if you're about 1,500 miles apart.
I mean, would it surprise you to know that Fred has not had a job at all the last 6 months?
No.
And this is all nonsense?
No.
We've never heard a tape of him. We've never spoken to anybody who works with him.
Right.
We've never had a listener call us that happens to listen to him.
Who is the woman who works with you?
Nicole Cox.
Could you arrange for us to have her on the program?
Yes, I could.
When?
Nicole Cox. See more in.
Well, probably not enough time today. Just tell me what day you want her.
Oh.
Give me time to find
What's
somebody.
the name of the station?
Is she a person who will be honest?
Yes, she will. Absolutely, absolutely. You can count on that.
Oh, well, let's have her on Friday.
We'll have her on Friday. What time do you want her on?
Well, same time you're on.
Meet at the same time?
Maybe we'll just have her in lieu of you.
The same time you're on it, Fred says. You mean at the same time? I'm all right.
Yeah, that gives me plenty of time to find somebody.
Maybe we could push it back another week for you.
Has your dog attacked anybody?
No, dogs. I keep a muzzle on him all the time when I take him out.
Yeah, but I thought he could get out of the muzzle.
Well, you put it on tight enough. He can't. Of course, he can't breathe either.
How many times have you forgotten to take it off? The dog's gone for 2 or 3 days without eating.
Or breathing.
Or breathing.
No, if he gets frantic, he can get it off.
Sure. But it would be better if it were. What is the story?
He is a bitter Met fan. There was some ruckus down there in Port St. Lucie involving Shane Spencer and Kareem Garcia, 2 former Yankees. And Kareem Garcia was the guy who was kicking one of the Boston Red Sox.
Allegedly.
Or one of the workers at Fenway Park last year during the World Series.
In the bullpen with Jeff Nelson.
And apparently they got into a fight with some pizza kid. They jumped out of the car and started beating him up. And then Kareem Garcia ended up peeing all over the pizza shop or something like that.
It's a non-story. It's 2 players who are nobodies on a terrible baseball team who are vying for a right field spot. And the only reason why Mike and Chris talked about it yesterday is because they happen to be at Met training camp the next couple of days, which Mike Francesa is not thrilled about to begin with. And there's nothing else to talk about besides whether or not Mike Piazza is going to play first base than these 2 losers in front of a pizza place getting into a fight that nobody cares about. Nobody.
Kareem Garcia went to the World Series
Nobody
last year.
cares.
I don't know if you remember that.
Frank from Massapequa on line 2. Good morning, Frank.
Hey, listen. Sid never wants to talk anything bad about the Mets. That's why he's not talking about this. That's the first thing.
Why don't you talk to Sid about it? Sid's here.
Don't tell me stop, Sid, because it's the same nonsense you do when you're on the thing with Jody.
Frank, first of all, if you listen, hold on a second, Frank. Frank, if you listen to the show,
wait a minute, could you let Frank talk?
I'll finish, and then you can finish. Okay?
Go ahead, Frank.
You and Jody carry more water for that team, just like the radio station does. This is the same team that called up complaining that they're getting bad press from the fans. Okay? They got brass hanging down to the floor when this station's kissed this team's ass for 15 years.
Can't use foul language.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, now I'm going to let Sid talk. Go ahead,
Okay,
Sid.
go ahead.
all right, no disrespect to Frank, honestly, but he's an idiot. Because I'm the first guy on this station
I'm an
to
idiot.
kill
I'm
the
an
Mets.
idiot.
I talk about how the Mets stink all the time. I picked them to come in last place the last 2 years in a row. I got Met fans calling my show with Jody every single day, calling me the ultimate pessimist, and they would wish I would jump off the Met bandwagon. So if you listen to 2 seconds of the show with Jody and I, you would know that everything you just said is total nonsense. Total. Nobody is more critical about the Mets on this station than I am, and I'm a diehard Mets fan.
Yeah, all right.
And I think they stink, and I picked them for last place every single year. Every year.
Hey, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
Ask your senator from Massachusetts when you have him on next time, how does he feel, how does he think that John McCain feels when he came home protesting the war and McCain was sitting in prison camp?
Oh, stop bringing up stuff that...
No, and also, why don't you ask him the question?
Well, because I just don't need to create problems for my guy.
Yeah, but your guy, well, that's a good question to ask.
Of course, it's a great question to ask.
Well, but you should really ask it.
Well, I'm trying. You're just not being helpful.
Why am I not being helpful?
Because it's just we don't want to bring up stuff that's going to create a problem.
And why don't you ask him? Who do you think Al Qaeda wants to win this election? The senator from France, or the guy dropping bombs on their head every 5 minutes?
Forget Mark Rossico.
Who do you think they're socking it in on?
Thanks, Frank. It's a quarter to the hour.
That's who they need. Frank from Massapequa, not Mark Roscoe.
I love Frank. Did Frank come up with a line to junior senator from France?
It was the first time we ever heard it. Was right here.
Yeah, with Frank.
Out of Frank's
I love Frank. Yeah. Frank probably doesn't call your show because Frank's got some basic intellect, you know.
Oh, Frank?
Yeah.
Why?
He's a smart guy, funny.
Yeah, he is kind of. I actually like Frank. I think he is kind of funny.
Well, but don't call Frank an idiot.
I didn't call him an idiot.
Well,
You didn't. Okay, you didn't. But Frank is an
stories.
idiot. 2 minutes ago, you called him an idiot.
yeah.
It's unfortunate. I apologize.
But you did say you meant no disrespect.
I did say it.
I did see.
No disrespect, but you're an idiot.
Yeah, I did see Mike and Chris yesterday interviewing Todd Zeal.
Who did a great job, Todd Zeal.
Did you a great job doing what?
Let me explain why he did a great job. Because everybody out there that's all freaked out about the steroid issue, get a life. I'm worried about what my pilot's drinking. All right? I'm worried about what my doctor's drinking. I don't care if baseball players are using drugs.
Oh,
Who
well,
cares?
then you're just, you are
Who
so
cares?
stupid.
We can multitest. We can worry about a lot of things at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
All right.
We're not
Thank you, Bernard.
simple-minded morons.
And
Thank
stop
you,
with my son or my
baboons.
daughter. How am I going to explain to my son that Barry Bonds does steroids? The same way you explain to your son or daughter that Robert Downey Jr. did tar heroin, or that Imus drank for 17 years.
You can worry about both of those, all three of those things at the same time.
No, I didn't drink for 17 years. I haven't had a drink in 17
Well, how long
years.
did you drink for?
Well, I don't know, probably.
I mean, do you...
Long time.
Look out.
Probably about that long.
Yeah. So when my daughter Ava's born and she says to me, the guy you work with, that guy Imus, what happened to him? What's the matter with him? What am I supposed to say to her?
Well, she's not going to say what's the matter with
Well,
me.
she's going to say that sometime, yes.
Well, why would she say
Why does he look like that, with a hat on and everything?
Why does he look so mean?
The obvious question is, what are you doing? What's that belt buckle thing? What is that?
What am I supposed to say to her?
I don't know. Just say it's a cowboy thing.
There's nothing to do with the booze, little Ava. Trust me.
Just don't worry about it. Let's just move on.
Dad, what are you doing with that?
It's going to come up, I'm just telling you.
Start rehearsing for your bat mitzvah.
Can't you get another job?
Why are you wearing those knee pads, Dad, all the time?
Okay.
Shut up.
I love this record.
Take my picture off the wall. It don't matter to me at all. Said I was headed for a fall. You wanted me to crawl. Give back my TV. Don't mean that much to me. While you're giving back my things, give me back the key to my heart. Give back the key to my heart. And let my love flow like a river straight into your heart, dear. Imus in the morning.
Come and listen to our story about a girl named Jen, living upstate with her husband named Ben. Then one day when she stopped to get some gas, she picked the winning numbers, then she won a ton of cash. Millions, that is. Lots of zeros. Well, the next thing you know, young Jen's a millionaire. Ben's got new clothes and he's looking debonair. Told her travel agent how to get away soon, so they jumped on a plane to their second honeymoon. And then a third. And a fourth after that. Now Ben and Jen are looking mighty tan, smiling ear to ear and walking hand in hand. Say they can't believe just how pale they used to be till they got the winning numbers in the New York lottery. New York Lotto. New York's Mega Millions. It could happen, you hear?
On March 22nd, the New York Lottery results number 1-900-976-2020 will cost 89 cents per minute due to higher costs. Call 1-900-976-2020.
My name is Troy, and I'm at my to and from the openly gay daughter of Vice President Dick Cheney, Mary Cheney.
Dear Mary, high-profile gays like Rosie O'Donnell who are willing to make a statement by flying to California to get married not only serve as symbolic gestures of solidarity, but are actions which simultaneously point out the duplicitous hypocrisy of lesbians like yourself who refuse to use their political influence to effect positive change. You must get your father to accept you both as a lesbian and a human being. Signed, Queer in Quincy, Mass.
Dear Faneuil Hall faggot, just because that fat sow, Rosie O'Doughboy, makes a grandstand play by tying a knot with that hottie she's been shacking up with for the past few years, doesn't mean I have any responsibility to make a political point with my old man. He accepts me. He loves me. But his boss said he had to get his bacon-eating butt on board for the boy-on-boy band if he wanted a job for the next 4 years. And with this Halliburton thing, I got a feeling Daddy's gonna need the extra cash for his legal fees. Bite me, Butch. Love, Mary.
Now listen, Sapphire, how would you like to come home every day and find a no-good bum laying around the house?
Well, what you think I've been doing for 22 years? In the morning.
This ski report is brought to you by Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop.
So they'll show you how to run it, or they'll run it for you, right?
From weddings to big presentations, any kind of thing you want recorded.
Okay. And I'd like you to use Lou's company because I like Lou. I love Lou, in fact.
And they probably do an excellent job.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great engineer. And
yes.
He's a, you know. So if you need, if there's something you think you might need, they have a website, minervaav.com, or you can call them at 866-843-0300, or you can call WFAN in New York and ask for my office, or just ask for Lou Rufino, and they'll go wake him up when he's back asleep someplace.
Show him how to use the phone.
Yeah. Also,